4 wide receivers.
Just gets the play off. Williams, feeling some pressure, steps up, got away from another, and he's still going and dragging tacklers for a first down to the 40-yard line.
And he's still hanging that ball out there, Tim.
Yes, he is.
But he's hanging on to it tight.
If you're Tracy Parker, your throat's got your heart in the middle of it because you're just thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? But that is the end of the first quarter as we'll watch the replay. This is an excellent effort. But look at this. He's just, as you said, Bob, carrying it like a loaf of bread. You are wide open for a fumble when you carry the ball like that.
Well, and Tim, there was quite a few missed tackles that time, too. And I know that the Crabber coaching staff is not going to be happy with that. You got to wrap him up. You got to take his legs out from under him, and that'll stop him. And while we do have a minute here, Tim, I do want to talk a little bit about Zooms because they're giving an award to the senior player on each one of the Hampton teams this year who has demonstrated academic excellence. These players will be awarded plaques at the school board meeting after the season. We'd like to thank David Allen and Zooms for their continuing support of WHCS and our student athletes.
That was, I should say, the initial first down of the ball game for the Bruins. And, of course, we've mentioned the fact that both defenses have done a good job, although Hampton did have success on that last drive, obviously, with the touchdown. But the defenses have dominated here for the first 12 minutes. Yeah, Bob Killen was mentioning what a nice crowd we've got. There were days when you couldn't get in this place for a Hampton Crabber Bethel game, but certainly with the climate of our country and all the things that have been going on, I take my hat off to the folks who are out here trying to get back to some normalcy, as much as can be expected after these terrible tragedies of 2 weeks ago. They'll try the left side. Ananias Boyd picks up a yard, maybe 2, out to the 42 before he is taken back.
Well, one of the young men he happened to run into, a young man by the name of Stephen Williams, Tim, is 350, 6'3".
Yep, watch this. You'll see him run into number 70, and he'll just...
He's just pushing him back. I mean, it's like a scrum there. The whole line moved backwards when he got involved.
Mark it at the 42-yard line, a gain of 2, second down and 8. Double wideouts to the right side. They've got Kyle Keene over there along with Boyd. Williams wants to pass, has some time, has plenty of time, can't find a receiver. Now he'll scramble to his right, throw over the head of his intended receiver, the aforementioned Kyle Keene, but that one was actually thrown over his head and short of Ananias Boyd. And almost picked off.
I'll tell you, I'm impressed so far by Jimmy Williams. He's really showing some athletic ability of avoiding the potential tacklers. He's just running away from the grasp of people. But on the move like that, it's a little harder to throw it.
So it brings up third down and 8 at the Bruin 42.
Well, you look for either maybe a pass play, Tim, but you got to be aware of the quarterback draw, especially with Jimmy back there at quarterback.
Trips to the right. Williams out of the gun. Got a man open over the middle. Oh, is he nailed after the ball went by. And the ball goes incomplete. The young man who took the hit was, again, Kyle Keene. And he was rudely hit by Andre Schuler, who probably jarred a couple of his teeth loose. I don't know if you'll see it on this shot or not.
Right there.
just as you go out of your picture, the ball well overthrown, and it could have drawn a penalty flag, although it was pretty clean. Oh, they've got the block on. A short set, and the Crabbers are going to get 6 out of this.
And that's 33 to pick the ball up, Tim.
Yep, that is Andre Schuler, the aforementioned hitter. Picked up the block. He didn't block it, but he got it. And I watched the setup, and I was kind of taken back by the fact it looked like Solomon was not nearly as deep as he should have been.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get a chance to determine for sure who blocked it. The one thing I do know for sure is it was returned by Andre Schuler for the touchdown. So just like that, the Crabbers are up on top 13-0.
And when your defense can score for you, that just really pumps them up a little bit more.
That punt was doomed because of the short setup. This one almost blocked. It is up, and it just barely got over for the extra point by Whitehead. So with 10:48 left to go in the half, the Crabbers lead 14-0.
I don't know if we have that a replay on that block or not. I was going to try to pick up who blocked the punt.
I don't know whether Scotty knows this or not, but he is very faint in my headset tonight. I'm having a hard time hearing him. Are you the same, Bob? Or?
Yeah. Loud and clear, Scotty. Loud and clear.
What I was trying to say was, we can't hear you, boss.
But you didn't say boss.
Do we have the replay there, Mr. Director? Do we know who blocked the punt? Okay.
One of the rushers.
Was it Killen is one of the
one of the guys rushing the punt.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you, Bob. We had a malfunction on the replay. Apologize.
Was that one of the House of Ushers or House of Rushers or what?
House of Rushers? One of the rushers blocked it.
I think it's one of the linebackers.
Oh.
In any event, Schuler did pick it up, and he did race in for the touchdown. So the Crabbers' special teams comes up big to make it a 2-touchdown difference. Want to make the fans aware of the fact that we had publicized that we would have a second game we were going to do this weekend.
Oh, yeah, I do want to apologize for that.
We won't have that game. We originally had intended or hoped to have the Phoebus Denby game for you that's being played Saturday night, but scheduling situations prevent us from doing that. We apologize for that, but
and we apologize to the Phoebus Phantoms and Bill D. I had gone over and talked to him and thought we was doing a game and just didn't work out.
But we will have Phoebus as our next Friday night game. This is Boyd on the reverse, and he is stopped at the 37-yard line.
Nice little wrinkle. Nice little wrinkle.
Our next game will be the same Bruins and the aforementioned Phoebus Phantoms. That'll be next Friday night, October the 5th. Watch the replay here. Going to see this. It's going to be handed off on kind of a nifty play here, but unfortunately Boyd ran right into the pursuit. And the Crabbers played that well to prevent a big return.
Well,
Ball is at the 37.
If you're going to do a reverse, you need one guy going and getting everybody to go one side of the field. And really what happened, Tim, was the Crabbers really didn't have to change sides of the field because that's where they were going. But he picked up some pretty good yardage.
19 yards.
19-yard return. Looked like we were going to have a timeout for a moment there as referee Ficklin started to signal it, and then they decided they could get the play in time. At least now they won't, because they'll have a flag for delay.
And Tim, again, Bethel's come out in that formation where they've got 3 wideouts to. Still first down. And you notice it towards the bottom of the field this time. You've got number 2, number 80, and number 89, and then you have a wideout at the top of the field. So you've got basically 4 wideouts.
Yeah, they've been using this set now a lot here in the first half. Williams on the option, and Williams does get it pitched at the last second to Boyd, but boy, by then the Hampton pursuit is there en masse.
Tim, there's 7 Hampton Crabbers around that ball carrier.
Well, when you have Boyd's reputation, he will draw a lot of attention.
Watch the replay, Tim, and he actually really lost some yardage here, but he really pitched that ball at the last possible moment.
34-yard line is where they mark it now. It's second down and 13 to go. So they picked up a couple of the yards on the play after the 5-yard penalty. Williams now takes the snap under center, and Boyd gets the call. Short yardage gain on the right side. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, he got just a little bit more than what they lost on the previous play. Maybe picked up an extra yard. But, with the Crabber defense and they fired up, they're saying, okay, if we can stop them, maybe we can block another punt. And the offense is thinking that's not a bad deal either if we can get points on the board without being on the field.
9:23 left in the first half. 3rd down and 9 for Bethel. They trail by 14 as a late player on the field, and that's going to cost them. As
they call a timeout.
Well, I'm not sure whether they got the timeout called or not. Problem was, looks like they
yes,
may
they
have.
did. They called a timeout, Tim.
They thought they didn't have enough players on the field. A player who I won't embarrass by telling you his number.
Well,
he may have just been taking instructions. I don't know the circumstances.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's running out.
One of the coaches says, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Yeah.
And that guy says, "Oh, I'm supposed to be on the field." So he's running out there to get on.
Call it confusion or whatever, but it costs the Bruins one of their timeouts. Each team has used one here. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. 9:10 left in the first half. You joined us late. The defense for both squads has played well. The Crabbers did get a sustained drive, capped by a 12-yard pass to Andre McClone from Stephen Wyatt. And Aaron Whitehead added the extra point. And then on a 33-yard blocked punt, Andre Schuler picked up the 6 points on the special teams for Hampton, and Whitehead's extra point made it 14-0, and that's where we are with a little more than 9 minutes left here in the first half. Battled for first place in the Peninsula District. Got a man in the neutral zone.
We got number 88 on the Crabbers, and I should be calling numbers, but
well, they may have been enticed, and that apparently is going to be the call. Yep.
Yeah, there was movement on the Bruin side of the field.
There was a false start. Action simulating action at the snap by a member of the offense. Still 3rd down.
I love the way he gives a good explanation.
Yeah. See if we can pick it up here.
Well, see, he didn't get into the neutral zone.
And I didn't see the
Crabber
movement on the line either, but
it was the whiteout. Yeah.
Needless to say, they're much closer to it than we are. Nonetheless, it's 3rd and 14 now, and Williams is going to be sacked all the way back at the 20-yard line. So that will be a sack credited to Travis Creighton, number 75, who got Williams for a huge loss all the way back to the 21. Here's the replay.
Watch him coming from the right. No, this is right here. He's coming from the right side, Tim.
Williams actually, and then there was pressure coming from the left side in the form of Jack Francis, number 87, which caused him to start running, and then Creighton had him.
12-yard loss.
Dozen yards lost on that play brings up 4th down and a country mile, 4th and 26. And the Bruins desperately trying to avoid another fiasco. We got a flag down on the play, and that one goes through the hands of Banks. He's pretending like he didn't touch it, and he may not have, but it looked like he might have.
With the flag, Tim, if I'm the Crabbers, I'm going to say kick it again if it's against the Bruins.
Oh, yeah. Because Banks elected not to try and return it. Referee Ficklin will tell us.
There was a penalty for an illegal formation against the kicking team. 4th down will be repeated after enforcement of a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
He's getting his 4th down and 5-yard penalty.
Carter's trying to do a little too much play-by-play for us here.
Well, I tell you, I appreciate these guys doing this, though.
Sure do.
You know, we'd have thought, okay, illegal motion because that's it, but it wasn't. It was illegal formation.
Yeah, it's really nice to have a bit of an explanation, and that's one of the reasons we've always desired to have a mic on the referee, and they do a good job of informing some of us who aren't particularly well informed, like me. Try to be, but a lot of this stuff is, you never know for sure. Nuances. Left-footed kicker, again, short set. He got it away. This one hit Banks, and that ball is live. Looks like Banks will recover it. Yeah, the Crabbers get it back, but that ball did hit him.
Tim, that's about a 20-yard difference.
Yeah, no, that was a well worth it because, and again, I'm not sure of the kicking game for the Bruins. It looks a little shaky.
Yard punt.
Hey, so you heard a muff occurred. All right. Carter says, now I'll turn my mic off. Now
Well,
that
that's
my
okay.
sinuses are all clear.
Cleaned up my sinuses. I needed that.
So the Crabbers, leading by 14, will have great field position to start this one at the 43 of Bethel. Williams out of the gun. Wants to throw, and it's a little too tall for McClone, who has the touchdown catch.
And
Incomplete.
I noticed that the safety, Jimmy Williams, number 1 for the Bruins, Tim, is just kind of playing back there playing like a center fielder. And you notice that he's not really guarding anybody. He's going to where the ball goes.
Here's your replay. Just a little tall. I want to mention that our halftime activities will be shown, the band performing will be shown at the end of tonight's contest. So please stay tuned for that. At the end of the ball game, we will have the halftime ceremonies with the Bethel High School marching band. Ball is loose, and Wyatt finally gets it and ends up with about a 2-yard loss.
Tim, that was just the center completely throws the timing off on that ball, on that play. Watch it. The snap he never did catch it good.
Yeah, he just never really got a handle on it, and was fortunate to keep it and only lose a yard or two. 3rd down and about a dozen. Ball at the Bruin 45. Crabbers going backwards on this possession. Wyatt has lots of running room, and he is still going, and he's got the first down at the 30-yard line.
Tim, he ran through 2 tacklers.
Well, he's a very elusive runner. There's no question about that. And he got a big first down on a 3rd and 12. Got more than enough for the first down to the 30-yard line. And I can see Tracy Parker.
You see the bounce in his step? Watch this move right here, Tim, through 2 players.
And then kept going, got 5 more yards after that.
But he split the tacklers.
Yep. So the first down after the 15-yard gain by Wyatt at the Bruin 30 on 3rd and a dozen. They get the first down.
Watch McGlone. He's split out to the bottom of the screen. Oh, going the other way.
And they probably wish they hadn't, although now, for a moment there looked like some running room, but that closed down very quickly.
I tell you, again, Jonas Watson.
Yeah, Jonas Watson, when he hits you, you've been hit.
So talk a little bit about Jonas Watson, number 54,
Here's
Tim.
the replay.
He's a senior. He's 6'2", right here.
And give credit
Boom.
now for the pursuit of number 49, Christopher Ellis, who caused Wyatt to have to reverse his field and caused the play to end up that way. That was a big loss. That's all the way back to the 42-yard line, a 12-yard loss. 2nd down and 22 for the Crabbers.
Okay, you just come out with your 2nd and 22 play.
That's right. They got that one in the book. Hampton trying to remain undefeated, as is Bethel. Now we've got an official's timeout. Looks like Hampton's going to take the timeout.
Well, they couldn't get the formation the way they wanted it, so.
7-0 Heritage over Woodside.
So with 5:41, there you see the story of the scoreboard here. Hampton, the visitor tonight. Of course, all the Hampton schools share Darling Stadium for their home contests, and so it's never really an away game when you're here in the true sense. There's my buddy, Kenneth Silver, the award-winning photographer for the Daily Press.
How much does he pay you?
He doesn't need to pay me. I'll tell you something. Every time you look in the sports section, and this is unsolicited,
Unsolicited.
you pick out an action shot. You find a shot of some guy diving for a ball or tumbling in the air from a tackle, and I guarantee you, you don't even have to think twice. Look down in the corner, photo by Ken Silver. This guy is good. He was the one that sloppy game we did, the championship game up there at Richmond that time.
Oh.
He got that great shot
Yeah.
of the Crabber running over people, literally running over people. Anyway, enough about Ken. That'll be another $10 at least, Ken. Guy comes up here with 2 hot dogs at halftime and doesn't even share them with me. Look at Mr. Wyatt, Stephen Wyatt, getting all that yardage back and then some.
Tim, he makes some moves and spins and just makes it look like sloppy tackling.
He is so elusive. To the 25-yard line. This was from the 42. 17 yards, yep. Well, watch this.
Nice block there by Fenner.
Look at his feet, always moving. I mean, just stutter steps, a lot of short steps, looking for the spots. He's just a natural runner, and he is quick.
He just followed Fenner right up the middle, and Fenner picked up the linebacker and let him go one-on-one with the defensive backs.
Instead of 3rd and long, it's 3rd and 5 over the middle, down to the goal line. He is not quite in.
Oh, man, it was close.
Inside the 1.
And that was 89, Tim. That was,
well, no, that's Darnell Allen.
Yeah.
The name change.
That's what I was saying.
Used to be 55.
Darnell
He's 89. I thought you were going to do the.
No, I got him crossed off.
Cross him off. So it's 1st and goal inside the 1.
Well, it took 2 yards, 2 downs to get to 22 plus, right?
Yeah, 2 downs, 42 yards. That was right. This was a pretty pass right on the numbers.
His knee came down before the ball went over, I guess.
But missed getting in the end zone.
I'd have given it to him.
So the Crabbers threatening to break this game open. Wyatt under center, and Wyatt will keep it himself, and he'll score.
Easy.
So Wyatt goes in from 1 yard out.
Tim, I tell you, with him being on the money passing the ball, it's this really makes this Crabber team look much better, doesn't it?
20-yard run was that? No, the one before that.
Well, by Wyatt?
It was a pass.
Pass.
20 yards.
24. Blocked extra point is.
That just took too long. Before the holder got the ball down there for Whitehead.
Bobby was checking with me on the pass. That was they went from the 42 to the 25 and then 25 to the 1, so there'd be a 24-yard
pass. Yeah. You doing stats for Killen tonight?
I'm helping when I can. He said you're gonna help me do play-by-play. I said, good enough.
I quit helping.
You were mandated.
You just
Bruce
asked,
told you to stop.
Bruce says, Bob, that's not your job. I says, oh, I'm glad Tim never told me.
That's right. A secret. So Hampton now up by 3 touchdowns.
Oh, by the way, Brent Musgrove said to tell you hi, and anytime you want to come by and look at his big new screen TV, just feel free to give him a call. Come on by.
And bring a towel so the drool won't get all over his
Well, he's on the other side tonight because Hampton's on the visitor side, and he might show up at halftime, but I don't think so. But he said, I said, oh, you won't mention that to him. He just kind of grinned at me, and I said, well, if he doesn't show, I want to get the dig in.
That's right. Whitehead skies the kickoff, taking it to 4. Still going. Getting to the outside. Got a little running room. Across the 30, almost to the 34-yard line. A nice-looking return.
30-yard return.
That's, again, number 2, Curfew Spite. He's done a nice job on the returns. Here's your replay. Looks like he stopped there. Oops, no he's not. No he's not.
Yeah, he picked after you looked like he stopped. He picked up almost another 10 yards. It was a good shot of Susan Bowers.
A nice, crisp evening here at Darling Stadium.
Well, I don't think they got the shorts on, Tim.
Low 60s. No, neither do you or I.
Okay, new quarterback.
New quarterback, and he throws to the old quarterback, Jimmy Williams, who does play wideout, and he picks up a huge gain all the way down to the Hampton 42-yard line. Bruins really need to get something positive before halftime.
Well, that's Kyle Franklin, Tim, and Kyle, of course, last year was a quarterback.
Watch the replay here. And he had some time, stood in the pocket and threw it right on the money all the way to the 42-yard line.
And they got double wideouts at both sides.
24-yard pass completion.
Shotgun formation again.
Again, plenty of time. and again connects. This is curfew spite for a gain of about 9. Mark it at the, let's see where they mark it. Oh, that's, forward progress looked a little further than that.
Well, I gave him 8 yards on it, but
Yep. I had him down a little closer to the stick, but 8-yard gain. Yes, he was at the 33, and they marked him at the 34. But I won't get into it.
Pass before that one.
Williams, Jimmy Williams.
and there's the pressure, Tim.
Yeah, there's the pressure. That one is a loss back to the 40-yard line.
And that's 33 for the Crabbers that was in there, Tim, and
That's
that's
Mr.
Andre Schuler. Again, we've talked about Andre a couple times tonight.
He's got a kick block return for a touchdown.
He showed
And made a couple
something-
of nice hits.
Little on defense, and Schuler plays one of the outside linebackers for the Crabbers.
So the ball is at the Hampton 40 after the loss. 3rd down and 8.
This is a big down for the Bruins.
Huge down. 2:30 and the clock is moving on the draw play. Ananias Boyd, and a good job, just tripped him up. And let me make sure I get that number right, because that was an excellent play. That
Yes,
is
it was.
Darylin Fenner, number 44,
Yep.
who got a hand on him and prevented him from getting the first down, because he's about 2 yards shy. And here's your replay. Watch this. You're going to see Fenner make the stop to prevent the first down.
Right
it's going to
there.
happen right there. Tripped him up and slowed him down just enough. But they are going to go for it on 4th and 2. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Clock is moving here in the first half. Pitch to the near side. Boyd, he is going to be stuffed. He's still struggling, but he will not get back even to the line of scrimmage. The Crabbers defense will take the ball on down.
Tim, that people are going to question trying to go wide against the Crabbers on that, but it was just like a quick pitch is what they were trying to do, get Ananias Boyd out there. But the Crabbers were ready for it.
Yep, that was, and it was a toss to the short side, so there's a lot of second guessers that could come out on that one. But
Well, you think, most people think just go straight ahead. You got a better chance of picking up that yard and a half. But
hey, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
that's right.
Bruins get a man on the field late. Wyatt scrambling, and he is stopped after a very short game. And 1:39 on the clock. Clock is moving. Hampton with 1 timeout remaining, and the Bruins with 2 here in the first half. Crabbers 20.
Excuse me, Tim. Will Jennings is bringing the play inbound into the quarterback. Wyatt sometimes goes over there and gets the play, but when you get that running, you need to catch your breath a little bit.
Just started to say the score is 20-0 as we approach the 1-minute mark here in the first half. Wyatt again feels pressure, gets away from a couple of tacklers, still going, and picks up a beautiful block. And Wyatt is still going until he's finally pushed out of bounds, but not until he gets a first down at the Bruin 48-yard line.
Tim, I would have swore he was tackled 2 or 3 times for a loss.
He is just an amazing runner. This young man
He is really showing it tonight.
Watch this. This is worth
One
watching
right
a second
there.
or third time.
There's 2.
He's down. They got him. Nope, they don't.
Oh,
what a block.
there's the
He
block.
got a block.
Wasn't that a nice block?
Yeah, I wish I could pick that up.
14 yards.
14 very tough yards on that play as they stopped the clock while they reset the chains.
Tim, that had
went
to
out
be
of
one
bounds.
of his wideouts that came back and blocked for him, and I would
Great
venture
job.
the game to say it may have been Darnell Allen.
This is Banks. And Banks picks up a couple of yards and more importantly is taken down inbounds, making the clock continue to move.
Well, they stopped the clock.
So now a timeout will stop the clock, and that'll be Hampton's final timeout here in the first half. So the Crabbers trying to get some more points on the board, knowing that this quality Bethel team is going to put up a good fight in the second half.
Well, here's that long run, Tim, and while we watch that, I do want to again mention you, if you have any need for drapes, call Pearls for all your drapes, with a custom designed by the interior decorator Ray Paris and Tommy Thompson. They will do a free in-home consultation Pearls is located at 15 North Mallory in Phoebus. Call 722-1907. As for your custom designed drapes, decorator Ray Paris and Tommy Thompson. Give them a call.
Stephen Wyatt has been the offense for the Crabbers in this contest. He has 74 yards on the rushing, passing, 74 yards passing, and he's got 56 yards rushing on 11 carries. So
Notice he's thrown to 4 different people.
yeah.
89 twice and 1165.
Yeah, well, he's been mixing it up too. He's got 4 different receivers that he's thrown to here in the first half. Wyatt having a superb first half for the Crabbers. Second down and 8. No timeouts remaining. Out of the gun over the middle. It's batted in the air, down, incomplete. Had 3 Bruins around that ball. I guarantee if one of them been able to pick it up or keep it from dropping on the ground, I should say.
I think that was 30 Godfrey Benson that got his hand in it, but the linebackers dropped back in that zone, Tim, and you got to get the ball over the top of them.
Here's the replay. This was not a good pass. It was thrown into 3 potential defenders, and it's one of the rare times in this first half that Wyatt has not done something extremely well. Third down and 8. Clock stops with 40 seconds remaining. Got double wideouts to the near side. Got Banks in the slot. Out of the gun. Wyatt throws. Got his man, and his man is out of bounds after he gets the first down. So
nice
that'll
move.
stop the clock. Good move. 32 seconds remaining.
Looked like number 11, Will Jennings, Tim.
Jennings makes the grab at the 36-yard line, so the Crabbers will be able to take the time to call a play. Clock stops with the out-of-bounds play.
Well, that was a nice move on Will Jennings' part, Tim. He went down, got enough yardage for the first down, and then immediately got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Seems simple, and it seems like,
Yeah.
but it takes some, you get caught in the motion, and you think, well, if I go across the field, I can pick up big yardage.
Yeah.
And then the coach puts you on the bench for another quarter.
Well, you got to be disciplined and know what
Right.
what you need and what you've got. Just take what the defense gives you, and that's what he did.
First down. Banks makes the grab and goes out of bounds at the 32, so he picks up about 4 yards, not much, but he got the catch and stops the clock with 25 seconds.
Well, Tim, on that play, he came out of the backfield. Good job that time by the defending linebacker to pick him up.
So the Crabbers inching the ball down the field now at the Bruin 32. Second down and about 6. Wyatt going deep, and he's got a man in the end zone. Incomplete.
In and out of his hands, Tim, but what a nice try.
Well, a good job on defense, too. Lorenzo Altman was right on top of the defender, and apparently the Crabber is shaken up on the play.
Tim, he came down hard on
Yeah.
it without, on his back. Probably got the wind knocked out of him.
Let's hope that's all it is.
But
Here's
he
the
almost
replay.
has made a spectacular catch.
Yeah, he landed somewhat awkwardly, and then, as you said, probably had the wind knocked out. Let's hope that's what it is. That would be that'd be an easy thing to come back from, although at the moment I guarantee he doesn't think so.
Can't tell who that is, Tim. I think it may be number 15. I'm not sure.
I
No,
think
it's
that's
11. It's Will
Will
Jennings again.
Jennings, yeah. He's just gotten a little shaken up, but I think he's going to be all right. They're going to help him off the field, and he's able to come off under his own power, so that's good news. So 17 seconds remain. The incomplete pass, of course, stops the clock.
Well, and Tim, if the Crabbers can get a first down, that'll stop the clock. They got about 6 yards to go.
Jennings, the leading receiver now, 2 grabs for 46 yards here in the first half. But he'll come out. 17 ticks remaining until halftime. Wyatt will throw it in the end zone, and it is batted away with 10 seconds on the clock, and 4th down for the Crabbers. And we'll watch the replay here. Again, both teams have used the shotgun extensively here in the first half. Wyatt just threw that one up and said, look, you go down on the post pattern and I'll see if I can't get it to you.
But you can see who number 1, Jimmy Williams, was coming over from his safety spot to help defend. When you put the ball in the air, put that much air underneath the ball, your safety can get over there.
4th down. Over the middle, he's got him. That's Banks. Banks is going to try for and is in the end zone with 2 seconds remaining.
Whoa! My goodness, did you see how he went in? Uh-oh, we got a penalty flag. It may be on celebrating or something. Watch this, Tim.
Wow, what a spectacular way to enter the end zone. But again, the touchdown will count if it is a post-play penalty.
I think it is.
Referee Ficklin.
There was a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, against Hampton. It's a 15-yard penalty. The extra point will be attempted from the 18-yard line.
That makes a 28-yard extra point, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes it a little difficult. Of course, if you're Crabbers, having had one blocked the last